Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Alvaro Alvarez. I'm the Innovative Media Librarian here at the Creator Lab at Orbach Library. Thank you for joining me today on this online recording of the workshop I had this last quarter using Blender. We did this in Halloween, and I showed everyone how to create a pumpkin. It was very simple, just using a cube. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Uh, also, my colleagues, if you ever need any assistance with the Creator Lab, Brendan Wheeler, our Makerspace Services Coordinator, his contact info is here on this first slide, as well as mine if you ever need any help with consultations. And our student worker, Z, for short, he was actually at the workshop, so he is knowledgeable too. So if you ever want to come by and you need questions or help with any of this, we're there to assist you. And let's see. Uh, for the workshop, like I mentioned, we will be doing a pumpkin. It was for Halloween, so what you're gonna learn today is how to navigate Blender, create and manipulate 3D objects, and apply material and lighting towards the end of it. What you'll need today. So if you don't have Blender installed, any version will do. I use version 4.3. I think I'm using 4.5 today. They're very similar, just sometimes they update, so things get moved around or they add new features, so always look for that. You'll need a laptop with the 3-button mouse just to make it easier for you to navigate while you're doing stuff in Blender. Let's see. Yeah, patience and imagination. Remember, fail stands for first attempt in learning, so don't get discouraged if stuff happens, you make some mistakes. Always control Z it, go back. Sometimes with Blender, it's best to start over from the beginning. It's just how it is for an open source project. It's really good, but sometimes you might press something on the keyboard by accident and it's hard to remember what you did. Agenda for today. We're gonna do the user interface just so that you know how to navigate through Blender. We're gonna model the pumpkin using a default cube. That's the first thing you'll ever see when you go into Blender. We'll carve your spooky face with the knife tool on your model. And then the finishing touches, we'll add some material color and lighting. And here are some QR codes, workshop documents, the Creator Lab website, and our Instagram. So follow us if you want to keep up to date with any of the new technology we obtain for the lab, any workshops that we're doing, and stuff going on in the library. Let me see. Let me minimize this. So I have here Blender. It's open and I'm using 4.5. Um, feel free to follow along if you can. And hopefully you could see over here on the left the mouse as I'm doing stuff. So if I click, it'll highlight. If I do a shortcut, it'll hopefully show the text. And let's get started. So when you begin, you're going to have this default cube here. You'll always have this guy. Let me see. Uh, So when working with Blender, you have this like very confusing interface right here. You see, like if I press N, I get this some of the add-ons that I have installed and activated, like the screencast keys. That's allowing me to show you this. So N is usually how you get this. If you have an add-on and you're trying to use it, that's where you'll get the properties for it, and you'll see a little arrow right here. You click on that, it'll bring it up. Then you could click on the tab that you want. Over here is like a lot of the property tabs too. So like the modifiers, your particles, we're gonna use that physics. Today we're just gonna work with modifiers. So we're gonna be going between that and the material one. There's a lot of them. Like for your outputs. Let's see. I think my computer froze. Let me see. Sorry, it's being a little wonky. Let's see. Oh, it froze. Let's see. I think it's my blender. Okay. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. Um, but yeah, anyway, for scrolling in and out, I'm just using the wheel. So I'm going in and out to zoom in and out. You middle mouse button to pan around. Um, Left click to select, and you'll know it's selected when it's highlighted yellow, and over here you'll see a blue line. across what you've selected. So if I select the camera over here, you'll see camera selected, or I can just select over here on the hierarchy. I can click on the light, and that just lets you do things like if I hit G to grab it, I can move the light around, or the cube with G. I could hit G, Y to lock it to the Y, or G, Z, lock it to the Z axis. So whatever makes it easy for you. With the numpad, if you have a numpad on your keyboard, you can hit 1 front view, 2 side, 7 top view, and then 2, 4, 8, and 6 kind of just gradually moves your object around the XYZ. Uh, 0 is a camera view, so if you have your camera and you want to see what it's looking at, you can hit 0. Uh, there's a shortcut too for the camera that you can use. So let's say I move the camera uh, here. It's like if you're trying to position it for a scene, sometimes it's hard to move the camera around, and then you have to rotate it, but it rotates weird. Um, the best way that I've learned to do that is like get to the viewpoint that you want, and then you just do like Control Alt 0, and then it brings the camera to that position. So that's a helpful tip. Hopefully that helps some of you. Let's see. The next thing I want to show you is, and I'm gonna cover a lot of this stuff as I do the workshop, so don't worry. I'm just trying to give you a basic rundown of some of the stuff. Down here is like a timeline too. Like if you're doing animations, you could keyframe. It shows you like what frame you're keying and doing animations. I've done workshops in the past, so check out our YouTube, and I've done workshops in animation, or book a consultation with me, and I can show you how to do some animations in Blender. The next thing I want you to know is between object mode and edit mode. So I'm going to click on my cube. Object mode is just lets you select multiple objects in the scene. If I hit tab, I go into edit mode. You can also do it by clicking on this down arrow over here. That toggles between both of those modes. And there's a lot of other modes like pose mode for animation, but we're not going to cover that today. Just so you know, I wanted to bring that up. But here you can see my object selected. I'll go to edit mode by hitting tab. Now I'm able to select the vertices. So you see, I can select multiple by holding shift, or I could box select. If I don't want to select vertices and I want to work with the edges, I can do edge mode up here. 2 is the shortcut for that. Sorry, my light went out in my room. But yeah, 2 is the shortcut, 3 is for face mode, or you can go up here and select that as well. So that just lets you kind of play around with the faces, like if you want to extrude. You can G for grabbing, move it around. So it'll play around with that. I don't think we're going to be doing too much with that today, but that's how you can manipulate your models. So other than that, when you're in edit mode, you get all these different tools. Today we're going to be using the knife tool and the bevel tool at some point. Um, yeah, for the rest, I'll show you as we go along. So I'm holding shift now. That's another way to move left and right. Uh, zoom in and out again, the wheel. Middle mouse, you want to pan around. And hopefully I covered most of the basics, but as I go, I will explain what I'm doing. And if you have any questions too, please feel free to email me or book a consultation with me. Or come to the Creator Lab. I'm always around and I can answer your questions there. So let's see. So we have our cube. One thing I did want to mention though is if you're doing anything in Blender, if you do anything here, like if you move it, or if you scale it or do anything to it, one good practice to do is, let me see, I think it's not Shift A. Shift A is to add something to your scene. Control A is what I'm looking for. So that'll apply anything you do, like rotation, scale, or location. Always do this, because if you start using the like mirror modifier or anything, you'll start having issues with Blender if you do any of this in object mode and then go into edit mode. So what I do is, just to make sure, do that all transformations. So Control A, all transformations again, and that'll clear it. And if you're not sure too, if you go over here or click N on your keyboard to bring these windows up, if you go to item, if these aren't zeroed out and these aren't one, oh, that means that you moved it. So like if I hit G and you see now it's giving me numbers here. So I'm in object mode. I don't want to do that because I'm gonna have issues with the mirror modifier. So you can control Z it at this point, but if you don't, do control A, all transformations, and then yeah, you're good to go. But yeah, control Z is always the safest. Once you do that, I'm gonna hide that with N. Now I'm going to make sure I'm in the front view. Okay, so now I'm going to start modeling the cube. So I'm gonna select the cube. I'm gonna add a modifier. So to add a modifier, I go to the wrench, add modifier, and then I'm going to generate subdivision surface. Ooh, there it goes. Subdivision surface. So when I do that, it's just gonna get. Oh, we made it a circle. So let me see. Might have been because I was moving it around. Let's see. But yeah, that's not what I want. I think I moved it, so it's doing that. So that's actually going to be good because I'm going to show you how to bring in another cube if that happens to you. So let me see. I'm just going to select it. I'm in object mode, so I'm going to hit delete. Just get rid of that. Shift A, go to mesh, plane, not plane, cube. There you go. Now it's at the origin. I think that's why, because I moved it away from the origin point, which is this guy right here. So it's away from it. It deforms it a little bit. So I'm going to go back to the little wrench, add modifier, generate subdivision surface. Perfect. Now I have that little ball. And I'm going to do a low poly cube. If later on, if you want to play around with this and you want to add more subdivisions to your model, go ahead. It'll just make it more realistic looking. But I'm gonna leave it at this default. I am in object mode. So hit tab, edit mode. You see how you have the square around it? So that's not letting me do any editing to the mesh. So that's because I need to apply this. So I'm just gonna go to. Let's see. You should be able to apply it. Oh, I'm not. Oh, okay. So I need to go to object mode. Sorry. Yeah, go to object mode. Yeah, it won't let you apply anything in edit mode, unfortunately. So I'm gonna hit apply. And now if I go back to edit mode, that is gone. So now I'm able to, as you see, if I go to vertices selection, I can select the vertices. So I'm gonna hit 1 on my keyboard just to get this like in the front view, because I'm gonna move these vertices to the middle to kind of start forming the pumpkin. So I'm gonna select this guy, hit G, then Z to lock it to the Z axis, and then just move it down. Same for the bottom, hit G, followed by Z, and move this guy up. So now I have more of a pumpkin shape for my my little pumpkin model. So and it's up to you. But for now, if you want to just follow along with me, you can later on play around with yours and make it like as you wish. Let's see. So the next step is I want to create bevels around the pumpkin. So I'll show you what that's going to do right now. So first we want to select all these edges around the model. So I'm going to hit 1 again to go back to the front view. And if you don't have a numpad on your keyboard, on the top of your keyboard, right below the escape key, there's a button. I forget what its name. It's to the left of the 1. If you press that, that gives you this wheel. And this kind of lets you do the same thing as a numpad. So like I can go top view, front view, and yeah, that'll help you get there. And again, also if you feel more comfortable, you could use this wheel over here on the top right to move around. It's up to you, all personal preferences. So now what we want to do is go to edge selection on the top. We want to select all of these, but it's going to take me a long time to shift select and keep rotating, unfortunately. But a shortcut to do this is Control Alt Shift, and that selects every edge along that area where you selected. So if I do that for the bottom again, it automatically selects all the edges in that that are lined up with the edge you selected. So now I have them all selected. Go to bevel on the left. And you can just hover your mouse over it and it'll give you the name of the tool. Hit bevel, and then if you see a little circle, you can click it, and then you see it's starting to add some dimension to my pumpkin. One thing we want to do is click on this down here. We want to add one segment. The only reason we want to do that is because we want that center line in between these two lines, because we're gonna move it to give it that pumpkin shape, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. When you're happy with what you did, just left click anywhere and that'll apply it. So now I have a little bit more geometry on my mesh. And then again, I want to select all these. Go back to selection. Hit the selection box in the top left to get away from the bevel mode. So again, I just went to the left and clicked on this box right here. And that lets me go back to the selection mode where I could select edges, vertices, and faces. So now what I want to do is, unfortunately for this one, that shortcut doesn't work. Because if I do Control Alt Shift click, I think it's going to select every single line. And we don't want that. We just want that middle line. So just select it while you're holding Shift with the left mouse. And then rotate around. You want to click on all of the middle lines. So you could do the bottom ones too. And then just keep rotating, holding Shift. You can let go when you rotate and then hold shift when you click and select. If not, it's gonna unselect everything, unfortunately, and you don't want that. So uh, and take your time, make sure you select them all. You don't want to miss one because then it's gonna cause problems. So I selected them all. I'm gonna hit shift and middle mouse to move it, and then middle mouse to move the view a little bit. So now what you want to do is hit S to scale. But you want to be in the top view. So I'm going to hit 7 on my keyboard. Then I want to hit S to scale. And then as you notice, you have two arrows now. So now you want to scale inward. And it's going to create a little dent into the... Yeah, there you go. It's going to dent your pumpkin. So add those little creases that we want. And I'm just going to left click to accept. I'm going to hit 1 and perfect. That's what I wanted. So now it's starting to get a more of a pumpkin shape. And I'm gonna hit 1 again. And then from here, it's not too complicated for the next part, so because we can use a mirror modifier. There's two ways to do it. One is by doing it over here with the modifiers, but you would have to delete half of your pumpkin by going into I think it's the X-ray. You would want to select half of it and then delete it with delete on the keyboard. And then when you apply your mirror modifier on the right side, it would bring all of this back, but then anything you do on the right, it'll kind of mirror it on this side. It just saves time. It's a little trick you could use with a lot of your modeling, but I'll show you an easier way. And I'm gonna go back to what I'm gonna take X-ray out. X-ray is good when you're trying to select stuff behind. Because right now, if I would have done that, I wouldn't have selected everything behind, you see. But with X-ray, it'll select anything in that box that you use. So that's a really good trick to use. So let's see. So I'm gonna show you an add-on that I learned about in Blender. It does the mirroring for you without having to delete this part. So if you don't have it enabled, I'll show you. Go to Preferences, go to Add-ons, and then type in a mirror. Seems like I don't have it on this version. I didn't install it, but I could do get extension on the top tab. Then do mirror, auto mirror. You could install. And as long as you have an internet connection, you're good to go. It'll install it for you. Now go to add-ons. Now it's there. It's checked so that I know that it's enabled. Here's some information on the version of it, where it's located. You don't really need to know any of that. I close this out. And again, to do that, I went to Edit, Preferences. First, I went to see if I had it under Add-ons. If you don't, go to Extensions, type in Mirror, hit Install. I already did, so it's not going to show it on mine. Go to Add-ons, type in Mirror, and it should have a checkbox with the check, and you're good to go. So now I'm going to hit N on my keyboard. to bring these tabs out. Screencast keys, it should be under edit. Let me see. Tools. And maybe I didn't enable it. Let's see. Hopefully I don't have to restart, but if I do, I'll show you the first way that I did it so that you know how to do it that way. It's probably the harder but better way to learn. So let me go check again. So preferences, uh, see, and it should be good. I might have to select my, let's see, that's the screencast. Yeah, for some reason I'm not seeing it, but let me see. Let me go into this one. There it is. Sorry. I always forget. So sometimes when you're in edit mode or object mode, some things pop up and some things go away. So go to object mode and then go to edit. And again, I got to this area by hitting the N on my keyboard. Go to edit and then select your pumpkin. Let's see. You should see auto mirror. Then all you have to do is make sure it's on the X and then click auto mirror. And you see it added the modifier for me. Everything's good to go. Clipping is enabled, which will allow it to clip both meshes together, the mirrored side and your original side. So now I'm going to go back to edit mode, and you see now this side, it got rid of all the edges and the vertices, faces. So you just see like a solid mesh. That's because that's the mirrored side of your mesh now. So anything I do on the right is gonna mirror. So that's what we want. So I'm gonna hit 1 on my keyboard just to be in front view. Now I want to use the knife tool. So the knife tool will let me kind of like in real life, like you're cutting into your pumpkin with a knife, you're gonna cut into your mesh. So here it's how you could get creative and do whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna do something really basic for the sake of time, but feel free to get as creative as you want with your pumpkin. So just left click, it's gonna create like a vertex, and then you just start kind of creating your eye and then hit enter, and then you can kind of see it on the other side. Then you could just do a little mouth. I'm going to start from the middle so that they're connected, and then I'm just going to go kind of a really basic model. I'm not trying to do anything like complicated. Hit enter, and then you could do a nose if you want to. It's up to you. And hit enter. So now we have our face. The next step is really easy. Go back to selection view, selection. It's up on the top left, and then do faces. And again, that's the keyboard shortcut on top of your keyboard. It's 2, or up here where my mouse is at. Now I could select faces, so I'm gonna select all the faces that I made using the knife tool, and then I'm gonna hit delete on my keyboard and do faces. So yeah, as you get rid of them, and I think I might have cut into the back. Yeah, I did. If you did that, just Control Z. There you go. All right, I don't know why I did that, but okay. Delete faces, and then this one, delete faces. So now you see it's starting to create that the holes in my pumpkin. So and nose. So that's my scary face on my pumpkin. So let's see. And again, take your time. I'm just doing something really quick with mine. You can make whatever face you want on yours. It's your pumpkin. But now I have my face. So next step for me to do is if you're gonna 3D print, you definitely want a solidifier, solidify modifier. So we can go ahead and add that. And if you're done with your mirroring, feel free to apply it. And again, you have to do that in object mode. Right now I'm in edit mode. But let's see. I'll add another modifier. So, generate solidify. That's the one to make it a little thick. Right now it's like paper thin. So if you try to 3D print it, it wouldn't work. But if you make it a little thick, you can 3D print it, and it'll even look better as you're doing your stuff in the next step. So solidify, and then you could see it got a little thicker now. Then you could just play around with the thickness a little bit. Yeah, so there you go. So you see it makes it stand out a little better. Sorry, adjusting my seat. Uh, and you're pretty much at this point done with your pumpkin, so you can apply these in object mode if you want. So I'm gonna hit tab, apply, and then apply by hitting the down arrow, and I'm good to go with my pumpkin. So the next step is we are going to add some color to our pumpkin. So there's two ways to do it. You can do it here with the material tab. You can hit new. It'll create a new material for your pumpkin where you can add color. If you have an image, you could use image texturing. You can also go to the top and do shading, and that's another way to do it. Let's see. Yeah, you would have to hit, let me see. You would have to hit new, and then you have to connect the um, different pieces together. So I could show you. So right here, there's nothing here. I can hit new and do it here, or I can hit new and do it here. So it's up to you. I usually do it over here with the nodes, but the easiest way is just to go over here and do it this way too. But I'll do it this way. I'll hit new, and you see now it populated over here. So now I have a material. And then I have this principal BSDF node that controls like a lot of the metallic, the roughness, alpha, the base color. So I can change the color here to orange. Unless you have an image or something with the textures, then you can always add a texture, image texture, look for your image, and then you just need to connect it. But since I don't, I'm not gonna do that here. And you see, I can do it over here as well. See how it's the same thing, just a different way to do it. I'll just leave it at that orange. I'll go back to layout. But yeah, well, what happened here? We can't see the color yet, right? Well, it's because we're in the we're in a different mode over here. We're in just the solid mode. Let's go to the shading mode, and then yeah, now you can see. Oh, my pumpkin! Like you have the color to it. So when you render your image or video, this is what you're gonna see. And I don't know where the light is. There you go. Yeah, the light's all the way over there. So, but that's okay because we want to actually add a light inside of our pumpkin. So give it that effect that there's a candle inside. So to do that, just do Shift A and then do light point, and it'll automatically add it to wherever this cursor is. So since the cursor is there already, it's just gonna add the light inside the pumpkin. So now we have that scary look. And we're almost done. We're almost done with your pumpkin here. So the next step's really easy for the stem. We're in object mode right now, so let's just do Shift A to create a new mesh. Shift A again, and then go to mesh. Go to UV sphere. Oh no, not UV sphere. We want a cylinder, and let's scale it. Hit S to scale, bring it down, make it smaller. Hit G to grab, bring it out of the area, and then if you want to, if you hit forward slash on your numpad, you can isolate this. It gets, it kind of hides everything for you. That way we can concentrate on the stem. Let me go back to the shading, viewport shading mode. So here we're just gonna add loop cuts here. So I'm gonna go to edit mode. I'm gonna do some loop cuts. That's just gonna add lines, diagonal lines, so that I can manipulate the shape of the stem. So I'm going to hit loop cut. If I hold left mouse, I can drag it up and down to place it wherever I want. If not, it's just gonna do it in the middle. Uh, so yeah, feel free to add some. I think I'm happy with those. And again, if you want to move it, just left click and then drag it up and down and then let go. But it'll keep it in between like those two, unfortunately. So yeah, I would have to go between the other two edges to do another loop cut if I wanted to add it up here. But I'll control Z it. I don't want that many loops. I'm gonna go back to select. So now I can start selecting these. And remember my shortcut, Shift Control Alt. So Shift Control Alt click. Oh, it doesn't work that way. So let me see. Another way to do this is if you do, I think it's Alt, left click. That'll highlight all the edges on that row. So you can do that. I can do Alt select up here to get started. I'm just gonna scale. Uh, and then just take your time. You could start scaling it. I mean, the stems are all like different. They're all over the place. Like you can't go wrong. So I'm just Alt left clicking, and then hitting S to scale, and then playing around with it. Uh, so I think for me that's good. If you wanted to do more stuff with this, go ahead. But now let's add color to the stem. So I'm gonna click on the material properties over here on the right. I'm just gonna hit new, and then for the color, just green. And then again, change this, hit forward slash, and then I'm gonna hit 7 to do top view or uh, and make sure you're in edit mode. Let's see. So with 7 with the top view, I can hit. Actually, I'm gonna go to object mode. Click on your cylinder, which is your stem. Hit G. You want to lock it to the X. Move it there. Then G Z. Oop. I'll do G Z again. And my pumpkin is complete. So that was pretty much it for the pumpkin. Again, you could keep adding more things to your scene. You could do a plane. Uh, that could be like the ground. And then you can hit S to scale that. You can add color to this again by going to the material properties, hit new, change the color. I don't know, I could do blue and then you could hit 0 on your camera. So right now it's looking at the back of my pumpkin. So I wanted to look at the like a little top view. So I'll do Control Alt 0 and then I can hit G to grab with a camera. Let me see. And then I can adjust it. So now if I hit 0, that's what I'm gonna get if I render. Um, but yeah, play around with it. The world properties too. You can change the color here. There's a lot of things you can do. Um, but for now, yeah, I just wanted to show you the basics of Blender, how to create something from a primitive shape, add texture, materials, color. We added a light. So now if you wanted to 3D print this, you can. Or you can also render. So if you want to render like an image or a video, you would have to just go to the output, tell it where you want it here on the folder. Like the downloads folder would be like probably the easiest place or pictures. And once you do that, you just go to the top, hit render, render image. Um, it's a PNG file right now, but you can change that to anything you want or a video. And then once you hit render image, it'll show you your image. So yeah, now you have an image of the save to wherever you told Blender to save it to, and you're good to go. So yeah, hopefully you learned a few things with Blender, maybe a few new tricks that you didn't know of before. But anyway, if you ever want to have a consultation to learn about animation, go over this workshop, feel free to email me. My email is just alvaro.alvarez@ucr.edu. You can ask for me at the Creator Lab. I'm always around. And yeah, have fun with your pumpkin. Hopefully, maybe you could share with us on Instagram like stuff you've made. But thank you again for joining me, and for those that joined me in person, thank you as well. I know it was Halloween, so it was like a lot of people didn't want to come, but you still showed up, so thank you. And yeah, I'll see you at the next workshop.